Tyler here with GP Knives, and we're back again today with the Viper Lille. This is a Jesper Voxnaes design and makes a great lightweight everyday carry folder. It's got a blade made from premium Bohler's M390 for high levels of wear and corrosion resistance. It's got a very fine satin finish and an almost fully flat ground blade for excellent slicing performance. A very tall blade for a knife of its size, and kind of an unusual blade shape with nearly a full amount of belly along the blade. So you don't really have any straight sections per se, although you do have kind of a straight from this point down to the curve of the belly. But this is going to pack a lot more cutting edge into a very small package. You've got a small section of jimping on the blade that aligns perfectly with the thumb. You can choke up here. It's not technically a choil, but the flipper section has a nice flat spot. You do need to be careful though to not put too much pressure on the heel of the blade there. So it's almost like a trigger motion pulling back into the handle. But very controlled and detail-oriented blade, still capable of some pretty serious use despite the small size. Comes in a couple of different color variations, and we'll get to that in a bit. You've got a bronze overlay on this with the blue anodized and milled titanium underneath. Full titanium construction all around. You've got a bronze backspacer and matching deep carry pocket clip set up for right hand tip up carry. Rides on a ball bearing pivot, and as you can see, the deployment is very fast and smooth, and you can also deploy it via that oval thumb hole here. So, semi-open back construction for reduction in weight, and you've got this little backspacer here, which allows the pocket clip to be connected in a way that makes for a very discreet carry option. And there's also a very large hole here in the back for attachment of a lanyard. And here you can see the Viper Lille in my pocket. The titanium pocket clip provides secure carry and is very discreet thanks to the depth in the pocket. The knife deploys fast and smooth thanks to the titanium overlay and the ball bearing pivot. And thanks to the very small footprint and relative thinness of the entire package, the knife carries very well in the pocket. And here for a quick size comparison, we have it with the Kershaw Leek. So as you can see, these knives, while being quite different in design, are fairly similar in the overall size. The Leek is going to have a longer blade, but if you stretch out the curve of that cutting edge, you're actually probably getting more cutting edge on that than the Leek. Blade thickness is going to be thicker on the Lille, but not by much. And thanks to the almost flat grind, it still has a much more robust tip. And the thickness on these two is going to be fairly similar, a little bit thicker on the Lille, but given the titanium overlays, that does make sense. And the functional grip area on the two is going to be very similar as well, just a little bit shorter on the Lille there. And here we have the Lille with a couple of other knives for comparison. So we've got it with the Para 3, the carbon fiber Leek, and the zero tolerance 0460. And quickly we'll go over some of the color options we have. So we've got the gold overlay with the blue, and then we have the reverse of that, which is the blue overlay with the bronze or gold body. The pocket clip and backspacer are always going to match the overlay. And then we've got a plain titanium and bronze. So again, bronze backspacer, bronze pocket clip. And then we have the blue and gray. And all these are going to be equipped with the same M390 blade steel and bearing pivot. And then for those of you who might want to do some custom anodization, we've got just the plain gray. And this one is also a little more utilitarian and discreet thanks to that lack of color. But all make a great option for an everyday carry folder, very lightweight, and packing a lot of performance into a very small package. And we'll just touch on a quick little design detail here. The positioning and shape of this flipper tab provides for plenty of space to get your full pad of the index finger on there for deployment. You've got jimping for traction, and it doesn't protrude too much from the back of the handle. So in comparison, you've got the 0460 from ZT here that protrudes about the same amount from the back of the handle. But as you can see, the positioning of it, it doesn't really allow you to get the full pad of your finger on there. So it does make it a little more difficult to deploy. Still very functional, but not nearly as comfortable as that of the Lille. So as you can see, you can really get a good purchase on there, very comfortable, and you get positive deployment. And then of course you can also deploy it via that thumb hole. Again, this is Tyler with GP Knives and the Viper Knives Lille, designed by Danish custom knife maker Jesper Voxnaes. You can check it out now at gpknives.com. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp. If you like what you've seen today and you'd like to see more, check out the rest of the videos on our YouTube channel. Like the video below, and click the icon at the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to our YouTube channel feed for updates on all new videos.